guys, how's it going? This is Tim, bringing you guys a daily deals with Tim, where I talk about tech, crypto, and stock deals, all for you guys. And before I start, this is my personal opinion and not a financial advice. So for today, we're going to talk about criticisms of TenX. So TenX is a crypto card project and a team where they're trying to make cryptocurrency usable anytime and anywhere by using their card, and it would instantaneously transfer crypto to a fiat money such as US dollar or British pounds or any. They're trying to make it a global thing around. And currently it's only limited to certain countries, but they're trying to make it internationally widely available. So that is TenX in a nutshell. But I have been talking a lot of positive things about TenX and how they are a good team. They have a solid community and they have a good roadmap that they are following currently. However, there are some drawbacks of TenX as well, and I want to talk about that today. And the reason I want to make this video because I was checking out the TenX Reddit, and this guy posted, despite good news, TenX pay is bleeding out since 1 month. So if you guys didn't know, TenX prices have been dropping a bit, as well as all the other altcoins, and even Bitcoin was dropping like 11% today. So everyone is selling crypto recently, and this guy says even though TenX had some good news, it's been dropping down in price. And why is that? And there were some comments here that I disagreed with, because some comments said like, oh, TenX token is worthless, and people are realizing that the company isn't transparent and time to sell everything, sell all your TenX tokens, blah 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 blah. It's worthless, it's not even a currency. And I was kind of laughing, but at the same time, man, if after like a year when TenX might be like $10 or $20, I'm just like, oh man, they might be regretting what they said. But anyways, I don't know the price range in, I don't know, next year, so that's up to them. But however, yeah, so after reading these comments and how people were kind of bashing on TenX for dropping their price, I decided to make some criticism of TenX and how there are some faults, but how they can make that up. And right now, TenX is at $1.79. Oh man, down 21%. But only thing that I regret is I should have saved the money that I had to buy at the lowest of the dip, because I bought it kind of in the middle of the dip, which is not too bad, but I just could have made a lot more profit if I held on to the money and bought it. At least for me, I have a tendency to buy once the dip happens. So I tend to buy the middle of the dip rather than the bottom of the dip, which is my fault. But oh well, I can't change time. Get a time machine, go back in time, cancel my order, and then come back here and buy it. That's something I cannot control. But anyways, so let's go. The first criticism of TenX. I have a couple of them. I think 4, yes. So the first criticism of TenX is that the deal with Wavecrest fell out, and the US and other countries cannot use a card right now. So what Wavecrest is, they are a banking issuer. So banking issuer, they have the license to issue cards, and what they said was that countries outside of Europe cannot have the card right now with Visa and MasterCard. So only Europe can use the card, TenX card right now, and that's something, it sucks for some people, because even the people in US and other countries want to use a card, want to be able to spend cryptocurrency and get some rewards back. However, that is not happening right now. So what is the solution to this criticism? Well, if you guys catch their updates, they do weekly and daily updates, either in the blog or on YouTube. And Julian, one of the co-founder of TenX, he said that they are in the final stages of working with another issuer, and that issuer will be able to send the cards out globally, not just to Europe. So that is in the final stages. He said it will be coming very soon. And then also, they're also working on their own banking license as well. So I think the time period was around 6 months. After around 6 months, they will be having their own banking license so that they could issue out cards to whatever country they want to, depending on the terms and agreements. But that is something, a good news that is coming. So there is another issuer that they're working with, and I believe that TenX is their first customer, so that is kind of exciting. And also they're working on their own banking license so that they could issue out their own cards. So that's the answer to this criticism. And then for the US and other countries not being able to use a card, they are in their beginning stages, so they can't have everything ready right now, but I believe they're slowly they'll do that once they have another issuer. The second criticism is the transparency of the company. So right now, the number of users and the volume of the transactions are unknown to the public. And I believe this is something I do not have a straight answer to, because I would like to know as well. If they release all this, I would kind of be more assured. But at the same time, Julian did talk about this, saying that if they release all the information out right now, people could predict based on the numbers, and they will be spreading rumors and these kind of calculated predictions, saying, oh, this company, because it only has this much transaction, it's going to be a worthless company or something like that. And also, yeah, once they release the numbers out, people can make a lot of rash predictions about the company and saying just a lot of bad things in general. So I think they're trying to limit themselves from spreading out all these information and wait for the product first. Wait for make a good product and then advertise it and then see what numbers they get. Because I'm pretty sure they're in their beginning stages right now, so they don't have millions and billions of users or millions and billions of volume of transactions. So I think they're trying to keep that to themselves for right now. And then once they have a working product that is global and everyone around the world can use it, I think they'll probably work on the transparency as well. Now for the third criticism, the reward is too low. So currently, on their white paper and right now as well, the reward system is 0.1% for card holders. So if you, on any transactions you do on the TenX card, you get 0.1% back. And then for the token holders, the TenX token holders, on every transaction, you get 0.5% of that back in Ethereum. Oh, and then for the card holders, 0.1% is paid back in pay tokens. For the token holders, 0.5% is paid back in Ethereum. So there are people saying that this reward is too low. It's not an incentive enough to attract all the people to this TenX. And it is, at the initial stages, it is pretty low because there is not a lot of transaction happening. At least I'm just guessing right now because they cannot distribute the card globally and worldwide, the volume of transaction is going to be affected and it's going to be kind of low in the start. However, the one thing that I like about this is that the reward system is not there's no limit to it. So the 0.5 of the transaction is going to be on every transaction. And although if there is a low volume, it's going to be a low reward as well. But there's no limit cap. So the higher the numbers go, the more people use it and more they advertise it, the reward is only going to be higher. So I am looking at this at a long term and not a short term. So in the short term, there's probably going to be a low reward. But in the long term, there is no limit to the reward. And I'm looking at the scalability of the card and the company as well. So I believe that the reward will be greater in the future. Probably by next year, it will be somewhat average and then it will keep on going. And if you compare this to like a stock, let's say you have a stock with like 2% interest. The 2% interest is based on the stock price. So let's say the stock is like $10. So the 2% interest you get is going to be 20 cents each time because that's what you have invested. However, for TenX, the 0.5% is not based on the amount you invest. I mean, it will increase the more tokens you have. However, the amount does not it's not directly based on the amount you invest, but it will be based on the transactions taken. So the more transactions happen, you'll get increased amount of reward, regardless of how much you first put in the token. So that's why, at least for me, I want to put in as I can when it's really low, like right now, or maybe a little later it'll go lower, and then wait for the rewards to reap in the long term. All right, that was kind of long, but let's go to the last one. So the fourth criticism is that pay token is neither a stock or a currency. So there was someone saying that this is not either a stock or currency. It's just worthless token, just a token. However, I disagree. It is not a stock in the sense that it doesn't have a dividend. It's kind of like a dividend, but they call it a reward. And I believe it is a currency, even though you can the pay token itself cannot be used. You can't use it as a currency on exchanges like I want to use pay token to buy some other altcoin. Even though that doesn't work, you can use pay token through the TenX card, I believe. So that if you have pay token in your account and you use your TenX card, I believe that you could use it like a fiat monies as it exchanges from the pay token to whatever money you want. So it is a currency. However, it is not a stock. It's more of an asset, but it still reaps the reward of all the transactions. So I believe it's actually a little better than a stock. As I said before, the reward you get is not based on the amount you put in, but it's based on the transactions that happen. So, but the basic, the logic is that the more you put in, the more reward you get. However, even if you put one pay token, the reward can increase based on the number of transactions that happen. So the more transactions that happen, the more reward you get. So yeah. So in general, I have a good feeling towards TenX. I believe that there will be a really large project that will be adopted globally. And I look at it at a long term, not a short term. If you guys are going for a short term gain, probably this is not the coin for you. But if you guys are going for a long term, kind of like a passive income and a reward system where the more you put in first, the higher like stacks you get in the later years, I believe this is a perfect asset token for you. Again, this is my personal opinion and not a financial advice, so please do your own research and make your own decisions. Don't blindly follow my advices. So again, thank you guys so much for the support. And if you guys want to support the channel, click on the affiliate links below in the description, and I would really appreciate it. And as always, I'll bring you guys more deals on Daily Deals with Tim.